Hello, my merciful brothers and sisters. It is I, MisterMercy, bringing you another video with some Overwatch gameplay. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk about the Sombra ARG that's been going around, and I know a lot of other YouTubers have talked about this and covered every bit of news that's come out about it, but with the most recent information that was just released a couple days ago for this, I wanted to give my opinion on the ARG and also recap everything that has already been revealed through this ARG to give like a kind of a comprehensive kind of overview of everything that's happened, and again, as well as give my opinion on the most recent information, because I think that the Sombra ARG is going to be coming to a close really soon, and I'll get to that at the end of the video about why I think that. But for those of you unfamiliar with all of this that's going on, that's kind of one reason why I wanted to do this, is to give people who don't know a full crash course on everything that's happened with this Sombra ARG. So, the first thing that I probably should address, is if people don't already know what it is what is an ARG? Well, it's known as an alternate reality game. And basically what that is it's an interactive, networked narrative, this is from Wikipedia, that uses the real world as a platform and uses transmedia storytelling to deliver a story that may be altered by players' ideas or actions. So that's what Wikipedia defines an ARG as. So this ARG is related to Sombra, which is a character that we're assuming is going to be an upcoming playable hero in Overwatch. So, before this ARG even began, Sombra had already previously been hinted at on the Dorado map via several sources. Some of these included a newspaper that reads Quien es Sombra, folders that have the name Sombra on them that are alongside folders for Soldier 76 and Jack Morrison, which are technically the same person. As well as computer screens throughout Dorado that read Acceso no autorizado protocolo Sombra, which roughly translates to unauthorized access Sombra protocol or unauthorized access Shadow protocol. So Sombra was also mentioned by name in a yet unused voice line from Reaper that was data mined from the game, that says,
"Where's Sombra when you need her?"
So it was initially believed that the character Ana was going to actually be Sombra, based on previous little things that we had seen here and there. But this ongoing ARG heavily hints otherwise, that Sombra is a completely different character than Ana. However, Ana is still somewhat related to Sombra, because this whole ARG kicked off in Ana's Origins video, where Blizzard first announced Ana to their player base. So, in the Origins video, there is only a few frames, maybe like 2 or 3 frames in the entire video, where we see some flashes of code. The first is in between the scene where Ana is taking aim at Widowmaker, and in between the scene where she's reacting to being shot by Widowmaker. And we also see another flash of code right near the end of the video when an older Ana takes aim on what appears to be Temple of Anubis. So, somebody on Reddit, a Redditor named Zapu, screen capped this code, and he was actually the one to crack it. So what he basically did is he took this code, which was a string of hexadecimal characters, and he used an XOR cipher to decrypt the string of characters with a constant of 23. And people assumed that the constant of 23 was possibly referring to Sombra being the 23rd character of Overwatch, since Ana was the 22nd character. So this may still be the case. This may be the significance of 23. However, it was also discovered later on, after this whole thing had already been cracked, that in the Overwatch animated short called Hero, where Soldier 76 is on Dorado, which again, Dorado has played a very prominent role in this ARG. We see the little girl in the short, Alejandra, we see her tear a poster of Jack Morrison, which is otherwise known as Soldier 76, off the wall, and behind it you can see the number 23. So if we're to believe that, that this ARG has been in development for a long time, that this may have been a clue as to how to crack the code in this Ana Origins video to kick off the ARG months before it even began. So the XOR cipher that Zapu did came back with a message written in Spanish, which is, of course, believed to be Sombra's native language, since everything up to this point referring to her has been written in Spanish or featured on Dorado, which, of course, takes place in Mexico, which, of course, is a country where they speak Spanish. So the phrase that came out of this XOR cipher says, and I apologize for my terrible Spanish, but it says, Ra le que tiene la información tiene el poder. And, of course, the Ra part of the message was a little bit weird because that's kind of outside of the sentence structure, and people believed that it was the second half of the name Sombra that had been cut off, because the phrase La que tiene la información tiene el poder repeats a few times, and then the encrypted message ends with Somb. So people think that Somb and Ra are supposed to go together, and that they have just been cut off in the middle of each other. So it says Sombra la que tiene la información tiene el poder. So basically what that translates to in English is she who has the information has the power. Now, it's unclear as to who the she in this sentence is referring to. Some believe it could be Ana or a Widowmaker, since they're both snipers and have to rely on information, so to speak, to be effective at their jobs. And there are also those that believe that the she might be referring to Athena, which is Winston's AI assistant that acts as the announcer for the game. And the reason why people think it might be Athena is that in real life, Athena was the Greek goddess of information and wisdom. However, the most plausible option is that it's referring to Sombra herself, and that Sombra will be a hero that is more focused on reconnaissance and stealth rather than dealing damage. So from there, a few days after Ana's Origins trailer and her initial reveal, Jeff Kaplan, the game director for Overwatch, he put up a developer update on the official Overwatch YouTube page that talked about Ana and introduced her abilities and stuff more thoroughly. And at the end of the video, however, there was a weird bleeping sound followed by static and some strange vertical bars. Now, at first, people just assumed that this was just maybe a stylish way to end the video, kind of like, oh, beep, the video's over. But it has since been proven to be connected to the Sombra ARG. So another Redditor named Blinry took these vertical bars from the video and ran them through an online barcode reader. And it was revealed that these vertical bars were encoded in code 128. Now, the encoded message was then discovered to be in hexadecimal. So Blinry converted them into binary and then printed them so that the numbers of the nth line form in the nth column. And then he did some manual reformatting by justifying the last line of the binary to the right and cutting it into 3 columns and putting the columns below one another. And I know this is really complicated stuff. And then finally, and this is the mind-blowing part, Blinry then colored the 1s black and the 0s white in the binary. And believe it or not, this resulted in a QR code. So when Blinry scanned the QR code with the QR code reader, it yielded another phrase in Spanish. And I'm not even going to try to read this one. It's super long and my Spanish sucks. So I'll let Google Translate take it from here.
¿Estuvo eso facilito? Ahora que tengo su atención, déjenme se las pongo más difícil.
So when translated into English, that phrase says, "Was that easy? Now that I have your attention, let's make things more difficult." So it is widely believed that the I in this instance is Sombra herself talking directly to the Overwatch players, and that in the terms of the lore, Sombra is the one encoding these messages for us to find. And there's also more evidence to suggest that a stealth-based character, which may or may not be Sombra, is actually in the works right now, and this comes in the form of some audio files that were data mined from the game's public test realm. This is where, players test out various beta features. It's where Ana was before she was actually implemented into the game, and people tested her out and stuff. So in the public test realm, these audio files that were data mined make some references, have characters making references to someone they can sense the presence of but cannot see. And I'll play a few of those audio files. I mean, there's a lot of them, but I'll play a few of them for you right now.
There's a hidden enemy here.
An unseen enemy is here.
I can't see you, but I know you're there.
Someone's lurking over here.
Stop hiding, you coward!
Hey, where are you hiding?
So this next little bit of info isn't officially confirmed to be connected to the Sombra ARG, but it very well might be because it's very interesting and weird. So on O'Nickel's video on YouTube regarding this Sombra ARG, there was a commenter who mentioned that he was a native Spanish speaker, and he was watching the animated short Hero, which is of course, the animated short that we've already talked about that takes place on Dorado. And he mentioned that the name of the bakery that Alejandra's mother works at had a very peculiar name. Of course, it was in Spanish, but in English, it translates to the darkness. And that is an extremely weird name for a bakery, and perhaps the bakery is called that because Alejandra's mother is Sombra, which is, of course, the Spanish word for shadow. And the next little bit of official information that we got regarding Sombra came in the Old Soldiers animated comic, where Soldier 76 is near the Temple of Anubis in Giza, and he's hunting for Ana, who has a bounty on her head, from someone named Hakim. And she's wanted under the suspicion of espionage, assault, and theft. So when 76 arrives at Hakim's compound, a voice comes over the intercom that says, quote, "No excuses. For your sake, hope Sombra can get something out of this," end quote. So this hints at the possibility that maybe Hakim works for Sombra, or that Sombra is possibly involved with the criminal underworld. However, the next big instance of Sombra communicating with us came in the official announcement trailer for the Summer Games 2016 special event. There were several hints dropped for the Sombra ARG in this trailer. So the first was another encrypted code. This time it was found in the trail of Tracer's blink ability when they're showing off her skin for a single frame or so. And it has been determined that it is encoded in the base 64 encryption. And that encryption yields a salted string. Now, this salted string requires a password to crack. And what that password is still a mystery. Nobody really knows how to crack this salted string to reveal some more information. However, while it is still a mystery, and the game detectives are certainly working hard at uncovering it, it may be irrelevant at this point because we have received even more information for the ARG, and more evidence has come out in other forms that hint at the possibility of the ARG coming to an end very soon. So, also in the Summer Games 2016 trailer, as the new skins for some of the heroes were being shown off, we could see various cardinal direction symbols, words, and abbreviations in the background. Now, it was initially believed that these directions were related to cracking the password of the salted string, but they have since been proven useful elsewhere. And we know this because of the following. Now, during a developer live stream on August 3rd, where they were talking about, a lot of the new Summer Games stuff, Jeff Kaplan and the other devs were asked about the quote-unquote the compass, which was obviously referring to these cardinal directions that we saw in the Summer Games 2016 trailer. And Jeff made a comment saying, quote, "The compass? That sounds like deep CIA level stuff, way above our heads," end quote. And people interpreted this as a clue to somehow, maybe cracking the salted string password with these cardinal directions or something. So people then went to Dorado and looked straight up into the sky, which, of course, Dorado has been at the center of this Sombra ARG for quite some time now. And a code was extrapolated from looking at the sky, editing some images of the sky. However, what they were calling this was sky code. It turned out to be a false lead, because the code was really just a result of image refracting of the sky textures in the game. However, this sky code wasn't proven to be false until Sombra herself stepped in to redirect the ARG back on course. So shortly after this sky code theory was made public, the official Overwatch website featured this weird glitched screenshot of Dorado. Now, this photo is known as a data moshed photo, which basically data moshing is a process which injects a little bit of code into an image to produce artistic kind of effects. So the game detectives then laid the original image of Dorado underneath this data moshed image and then used a program to calculate the differences between them, which extracted that injected code into the data moshed version. And again, it yielded a sentence in Spanish. And Google Translate, take it away.
¿Por qué están mirando al cielo? La respuesta no está sobre sus cabezas, está detrás de ustedes. A veces, necesitan analizar sus logros previos.
So, translated into English, that reads, "Why are you looking at the sky? The answer isn't over your heads. It's behind you. Sometimes, you need to analyze your past achievements." So this is obviously Sombra debunking the sky code and directing us down the correct path. And a couple of days after this clue was dropped, players noticed that they had a strange new achievement listed on their Battle.net profiles. And the icon for this achievement was an upside down question mark, which of course is a symbol often used in Spanish punctuation. So when people went into the source code of that web page and analyzed it, the image for that achievement yielded yet another clue. And that said another phrase in Spanish. So again, take it away, Google Translate.
Vientos, nada mal. No obstante, me aburro. Intentemos algo nuevo en la misma dirección.
So after that sentence, there was also a strange string of numbers and letters. Now, the phrase translated into English says, quote, "Damn, not bad. However, I'm getting bored. Let's try something new in the same direction," end quote. So basically Sombra is getting bored with our inability to solve her clues, so she's gonna make things a little easier again. And immediately people looked at the random string of letters and numbers that followed that phrase. So what the game detectives, other people trying to solve this Sombra ARG did is they ran this string of numbers and letters through a vinegary cipher, whatever that's called. And that yielded a URL address to another data moshed image. This time, the image was a data mosh version of the Volskaya Industries screenshot that Overwatch has on their website. So once again, they did the same process. They laid the original image underneath the data moshed one and calculated the differences to reveal another phrase. Now this one featured an ASCII image of a skull, along with a phrase that read, in Spanish once again,
Parece que te gustan estos jueguitos. ¿Por qué no jugamos uno de verdad?
So that translated into English says, quote, "It seems like you like these little games. Why don't we play a real one?" End quote. So currently, players are working hard at determining if the ASCII skull possibly has another code hidden inside it, and they're also still trying to continue to brute force their way into that salted string from the Summer Games video to see if it contains more information. But going back to this recent clue, basically, I wanted to talk about this because it's very interesting, and I think that this clue is hinting at the upcoming end of this ARG. So, when Sombra says that that she wants to play a real one, referring to a real game, my theory is that the real game that she's referring to is, in fact, Overwatch. And currently, this coming weekend is none other than Gamescom in Germany, where they're going to be playing a lot of Overwatch. And it's my theory that Sombra will probably make an appearance at Gamescom, or will finally be revealed at Gamescom. And I initially didn't think that when I first, heard about this Sombra ARG. People were speculating that, she's going to be revealed at Gamescom. And I was thinking, it's a bit too soon. They revealed Ana just like a month ago. I don't know if it's like, if it's... if enough time has passed before revealing another hero. But this clue from Sombra suggests very heavily that possibly she may be announced or reveal herself at Gamescom. Now, one thing that's not officially connected to the ARG, but has me speculating and theorizing, is the Overwatch YouTuber Unit Lost has been invited by Blizzard to come by their booth and hang out at their booth and do some live streaming at Gamescom for them. And he's already said, Stylosa from Unit Lost has already said that he's very excited to share the live stream with us, and he's not allowed to talk about what the live stream is going to be. So, my theory is that Unit Lost knows something that he's not telling us. And he knows something big is gonna happen at Gamescom. The rest of us don't know, and possibly that big thing is the reveal of Sombra. So we'll see if Unit Lost has the answers. I think that'd be really cool to, have the community be the one to ultimately reveal Sombra to the rest of the community. I think that'd be awesome, and we've already seen little teaser images of stuff they're gonna be revealing more at Gamescom. There was like a little trailer for a new map in Germany, which is really cool. And of course, we're going to get that animated short. I was initially expecting that the animated short, which is The Last Bastion, is going to have some more Sombra ARG clues hidden in there. And if Sombra is not revealed at Gamescom, and this whole speculation that Unit Lost may reveal her is totally false, I would still look very heavily into that animated short for any more clues for the Sombra ARG, because that's basically how Sombra has been communicating with us, is through videos and animated shorts and screenshots and, various media regarding Overwatch. So I'd keep my eye out on that short for any future Sombra ARG clues if she is not officially revealed at Gamescom this weekend. So basically that's the entire video. That's getting up to speed on the Sombra ARG. This has been a really, really exciting journey. And I didn't think that that Blizzard would go this deep trying to encode messages about a hidden character in the game. It's been a really, really interesting past month or two that this ARG has been going on, and I've been really enjoying it. It's really fascinating to watch these really smart people decode all this information that has been encrypted super, super well. And these people are a lot smarter than I am. So this has been a fantastic journey, and if whether it's coming to an end or not, I have thoroughly enjoyed this Sombra ARG. So let me know what you guys think about the Sombra ARG in the comments below. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I'm MisterMercy. Peace, everyone.